The New England Patriots just cut a bunch of former starters. Let's jump into it. My name is Aaron. This is Sports Talk Patriots. On the daily, pushing out content for people just like you. It's not even the 2024 NFL season yet. Still pushing out that content. So do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, like, and comment below. So today what we're going to be talking about, finally whittled down to the 53-man roster. We're going to jump into that. The goods, the bads, the uglies, whatever you want to talk about. As well, we're going to be talking about Jacoby Brissett and his confidence going into week one. As well, we're going to talk a little waiver wire. So jumping into it, we're going to look at this 53-man roster. A lot of surprises, in my opinion, really. When you look at the running back, we'll get to that in just a second. But quarterback, Jacoby Brissett, Drake May, Joe Milton, no real surprise. Former starter Bailey Zappi, no longer with the Patriots. He will be picked up quickly. I would not be surprised. Many of you know, if you've watched my videos, I think the Minnesota Vikings would be a destination for him. I think it'd be a smart move by them. We're not sure, or they're not sure about Sam Darnold. So we will see what happens. He will land on his feet. I think he will do just fine. I'm not surprised again. Joe Milton has that athletic ability. I think you look between him and Bailey Zappi, the ceiling for Bailey, the ceiling for Joe Milton. Joe Milton could, yes, I'm going to agree with you there, could be ridiculous. You never know. But again, we'll see how he pans out. Running backs. A surprise for me. For a while, I was on the Kevin Harris train, but when it comes down to it, Hasty got the role, that third-string running back role. Again, there was also rumors at times, necessarily not rumors, but people saying, hey, look at Delvin Cook's out there, Kareem Hunt's out there. So it's interesting to see them taking Hasty. Again, Stevenson, Gibson, load of the work. So that third-string spot was, that was the big question mark, what they were going to do there. Wide receiver, originally I thought they were going to only take 6, but when it comes down to it, hey, keeping Pop, Polk, Osborne, obviously picking up Osborne from the Minnesota Vikings. Tyquan Thornton, as of late, a lot of people have been really, really high on him, so there's not a surprise there. I think earlier on in training camp, there was a big question mark on his name. Again, he is finally going into the season, knock on wood, there's still a little time left, going into the season healthy, and so he should be all right. Javon Baker had his struggles, but no surprise. Rager, not a surprise, more of a return guy. And Kayshon Boutte, he made the team. I'm glad to see. I think he had his moments in preseason as well, so it's awesome to see. Now, Kendrick Bourne will be coming back, so it'll be interesting to see what they do. I don't think they're going to keep 8 wide receivers. So when he comes back, what will the Patriots do? I wouldn't be surprised if it was Rager. But again, you never know with this wide receiver crew. So tight ends, I was not surprised at this either. For a while, people were saying that Mitchell Wilcox would be getting that third string role, that depth role, but it is not. It is Jaheim Bell. Again, no one's surprised with Henry or Hooper, but Jaheim Bell, the 7th-round draft pick for the New England Patriots, out of Florida State, shows a lot of potential, very versatile player. Again, if you haven't seen my video on him, it's one of my first videos ever made. He is just a stud, a lot of potential, I think, right there. Again, you look at the Patriots, they have struggled drafting specialty players when it comes to the offensive side of the ball. So I think this draft class could hopefully turn the tides, fingers crossed. So continuing on, we look at the offensive line. Nothing really crazy here when you look at it. What's interesting, too, is you look at these players that they've picked up, and all these players they picked up just the other day, none of them have made the team, and there's no surprise there. Defensive line, no surprise here. I think the one cut that maybe some people were kind of like, oh, okay, you never knew with him, but was Josiah Bronson. But again, he was one of the first people cut. I wasn't surprised, but is what it is. So edge rushers, yep, about right. Zinimus, what up, big dog? Linebackers, again, no one's surprised here. My boy Christian McCarroll, there was a point that he got picked up. He didn't get drafted. Again, I'm not surprised. It blows my mind. Sometimes I feel like they're just trying to throw these players a bone to make them look a little better for other teams, possibly. I'm not really sure. I'm not a GM. I'm not a front office employee, so I don't know, but that would be my guess. Now, cornerbacks, I love this. So cornerbacks, they kept Alex Austin, who I think is a stud, Isaiah Bolden, stud, Marcellus Dial, stud. So at one point I was like, 2 of them will make it, 1 will make the practice squad. Or I don't know, maybe, so vice versa, and I was flipping between all of them. So it's good to see, Jonathan Jones, he's getting older in age, so it's going to be interesting to see who's going to be kind of taking over that cornerback 2 spot. Obviously, Christian Gonzalez, dog, has that cornerback 1 spot, the perimeter. So we will see moving forward from there. Safeties, love to see Hawkins on the team. There was a point that it was kind of questioned what it would look like from him, as well as Pettis and Schooler. So Schooler should be a special team dog. So we'll see moving forward. Now, honestly, I would argue best for last. And believe it or not, it comes to the special teams players when we talk kickers, punters, long snappers. Kicker, long snapper, not even going to talk about because Behringer, dog. All right. Now, Joey Sly, I will tell you, the whole training camp, I feel like it went back and forth between him and the youngster Chad Ryland, who was drafted last year in the 4th round by the New England Patriots. Struggled. Obviously, they turned around and they go with experience, which I think is smart. Joey Sly had his great moments in camp, and I think he has a lot of potential going into this season. Now, Ryland, there's a lot of opportunities where these players can go on to the practice squad for the New England Patriots, so it's going to be interesting to see what they do. We'll update you as that happens, but as well, kind of moving on from that, talking about the waiver wire. So Elliott Wolf did say that they were going to be very aggressive when it came to the waiver wire. So don't be surprised if you see potential pickups, some other cuts or whatnot in the next little bit. All right, because it's possible, and I would love it if he looked into an offensive lineman. We'll see. Again, if there's a team cutting offensive lineman, are they necessarily going to be a starter? No, probably not. But depth is also important too. So it'll be interesting to see what Elliott Wolf in the front office does when it comes to the waiver wire. They, I believe, are 3rd priority. So we will see. We'll buckle up and see if they make any changes. If they spent more time looking for offensive linemen as they did wide receivers, maybe the offensive line would look just a little better. So that being said, we're also going to jump into talking about a little Jacoby Brissett coming out and basically saying he still believes he is the week 1 starter over Drake May. Now, I will tell you, I think that there was some Gerard Mayo had came out and said some stuff about both quarterbacks. At one point he said Drake May was outperformed Jacoby Brissett, but then also he talked about how Drake May was the 2nd best quarterback on the team. Now, let me tell you this. Both can be true at the same time. That is very possible. You can be the 2nd best quarterback. You can be the 3rd best quarterback. Shoot, you can be the practice team quarterback, and you could still outperform all the other quarterbacks. That can be true. But I don't know what he is watching, if it includes training camp, because obviously I think Jacoby had his moments in training camp. He does have that experience. But Drake May in preseason games outperformed Jacoby every single game. Game 1 will take off the slate just because he threw 2 passes. Jacoby didn't do anything. But that being said, I'm still on the Drake May train. I do think AVP and Gerard Mayo understand that they need to be careful. They want to play it safe. Playing it safe is Jacoby. That is the pick. Playing it more, hey, let's go with it. Let's go full rebuild. Let's jump into it, would be Drake May. I've asked this question 100 times. Comment below. Who do you want to see starting, and why? And tell me why it is a smart decision. That is the key in that question. Why is it a smart decision to start that specific person? And don't give me any of that Joe Milton, because he's not going to be starting. So as well, what do you think about any of the cuts? Comment below. Are there anything that really surprised you? Maybe when it came to the kicking competition, maybe Bailey Zappi, who knows, Kevin Harris. Comment below. What do you think? And here's a little bonus question for you. Of other players that have been cut from other teams, is there anyone that you've heard of that you'd be interested in the Patriots going after? Comment below. You guys rock. This is Sports Talk Patriots. On your way out, hit that subscribe button. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.